me that we have the government to shikilie. We haven't had any response about that.
We don't want to. We have avoided for a long time to respond to the president in his mandate as president and head of state. Unfortunately, he has reduced himself from president to the campaign manager of Raila Odinga. He will be answered in that capacity. And in Nyeri, he was answered point by point. And that is what's going to happen going forward. And it's unfortunate. It was our wish, personally, I as Rigathi, having been personal assistant to Uhuru Kenyatta for 7 years, my friends for 20 years, I would have wanted him to retire in dignity, like President Mwai Kibaki. Sadly, he has refused to heed that advice. He has decided to bring himself into the mud. The campaign period is a mad one. He'll be mudded. And anything he says, he'll be answered immediately. And he has talked about theft of 3 billion. We are beginning a conversation about of money hidden overseas by his family. We are beginning a conversation about COVID funds. We are beginning a conversation about theft of Mau land. We are beginning about the mafia scandal. We want to look at the NMS, where they are buying cabros owned by his family. It's going to be a long discussion. It would have been unnecessary. We would have wanted the president to retire in peace. You cannot just talk about theft that has gone to the church. We want to know this other theft, where has the money gone to? Let's not just focus on the church. If anybody
Does
thinks,
that then
if anybody just thinks, if anybody thinks that money stolen has gone to the church, there is so much money that has been stolen. The president has taken no action. And the Kikuyus in Nyeri were asking, he is telling us to do what? He's the president. What action has he taken? If 3 billion has been stolen, William Ruto is not above the law. If the president has evidence, although the DPP has said William Ruto has nothing to do with Morel, why is president telling us? So what? The president, people would have expected him in Nyeri, in Sagana, to tell them about escalating food prices. They would have wanted to hear from him. What is he doing about high fertilizer prices?
Honorable Gachagua, when you said that you're also going to speak about the theft of resources from other quarters, does that then sort of confirm what the president...
No. We are saying if the president wants us to have that discussion is very welcome and is very healthy. Let's have that discussion. But let us not have it in isolation. Let's discuss theft from 1963 to today. And that discussion, Sam, is coming. And I'm telling you, the president has left the high pedestal where we put him and come down as a campaign manager. He is going to be dealt with at that level.
So that question about that your side of politics has been very generous up until that time that there's the deadline when those seeking political offices are not supposed to be participating in fundraising. Would you know the source of these resources?
Sam, everybody has his own sources of money. I have my own sources of money. And the church is saying, if the president knows where this money has come from, charge those people. Go to those churches that have received money that is stolen and stop it. Don't just talk. That is politics. You know, the DPP himself, the man charged with the responsibility of prosecuting people, said William Ruto, the deputy president, has nothing to do with this thing. People have already been charged. So when the president comes to Sagana to say 3 billion shillings was stolen, you are president. What have you done about it? We would have wanted him to say, so and so was charged with the theft of 3 billion. The case is in court. He's just talking, and that is politics. And it's because he is struggling to explain why he has betrayed William Ruto, because he has no reason. Let me tell you some, and I want to say here on record. The handshake had nothing to do with the people of Kenya. It has everything to do with protecting business and family interests. And we are now getting into that conversation. One by one, we'll explain to the people of Kenya why the president sought Raila Odinga. Because of things that have been done, that are going on, that he needed Raila Odinga not to talk about. And that conversation now is coming.